All right. So last time we left off, we got our task updating, and it sent us over into this page, the edit one task page. But none of like we're not actually seeing this be updated. So if I hit, let's go take a look at what we have here. Right. We're just logging out the task that we found. And we did get that log out happening. So looking at what we have here, we have an option with a mutable reference to the task. That does mean that we should be able to mutate to task and it should update inside of the store, and therefore all the pages should get those updates. So let's first start by extracting out this task and handling any kind of well, I mean, we should always find the error. Like that shouldn't really be a problem. Um, if there is, that's an issue, right? So let's try a. Let's see. What do I want to do? I want to. We could unwrite. We could match, or we can just do an if let. Let's do an if let. If let sum task equals task here. Let's actually return the task out so that way we can shadow the task here and we're just going to extract it. Otherwise, um, we need to probably do an early exit. We might want to panic. We might want to just do a console error and state like, hey, we couldn't find the task. So could not find task in Yew.rs store, just so it's easy to find exactly where this problem is. And I mean, I could just panic at this point in time. That's one option. We could just do an early return too. I sort of feel like just panicking. Okay, so that way it now knows, hey, we're not going back into here. Uh, let's update everything about the task. So we're gonna do a task dot. Okay, so we have our title. Well, actually here we have completed at description ID and priority. So we'll do title. Oh, is this in alphabetic order? This is interesting. Okay. I always thought of like title being first, so equal to be. Well, here's a problem. I'm shadowing and losing this task, so that's not good. Let's call this the patch task, so we don't lose that. Then we can get patch task dot title. Um, I think we might be able to take ownership of it here. That might be fine. Let's see, what else do we need? Completed at needs to be set. Now, the other thing is you are an option, aren't you? So we want to only update the things that we want to update. So this is going to be maybe take a little bit more careful thought here. Um, if the patch task has something in it, I want to update the title. Okay, so if the title has something in it, I want to update the title. If everything else has something in it, I want to update that thing. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna do a series of if-lets. Some title equals patch task dot title. Okay, that will give us that string, and now we can just put that into test.title equals title. Okay, that should work for us. To verify that it's working, let's let this recompile, and we'll just do a manual test here. So start with see my details, clicking for me. Um, edit you, add a bunch of exclamation points, hit save, and hey, look there. We got our exclamation points. Perfect. So now I need to do it for completed priority and description. Yep, and ID is of course staying the same. So let some let's do completed. Oh, and you need to be, this one actually does need to be an option. So in this case, it's gonna be interesting because I don't actually care about this. I just care that if it is a sum. So if we're gonna change you, if patch task completed at is sum, meaning that we did update it, go ahead and set it to be the patch task dot completed at. Okay. If patch task dot let's see, let's do priority next. Okay, so if you are a sum, and the way this is fine for this one because the title always has to be there. That's why there every other one is an option, isn't it? So if patch task priority is sum, then task dot priority equals patch task dot priority. Because yeah, you're an option too. And then finally description. So patch task dot description is sum. Description equals patch task dot description. Okay, so that should set everything the way we want it to. Okay, everything compiled. Let's go ahead and update you. So we have this. We're going to go back to no exclamation marks. We're going to add a bunch to description. We're going to change you to C. We're going to uncomplete you. Save. So, okay, priority C. Description has that. Completed is still checked. So I think completed is checking to see if it's a sum or a none. So this is gonna be interesting. We have to like first check to see if it is something, and then if it is something, we have to see what that something is. So I think for completed, we are gonna do if let some completed at equals completed at. Okay, so that's going to give us a string here. And I'm curious what you actually are. So let's do a console log. We'll just say completed at is completed at. I guess we'll have to clone it for the console log. Now I think I want you to be a none or a sum with that string depending upon what this is. And I'm wondering if it's going to be like an empty string or something else. Because that's going to be interesting. So let's and we might not be handling a lack of like sending out like a false for that. That could also be something we're not doing properly. So let's strap you in a sum for right now, which I know is incorrect, but I wanted to compile. You patch task. Oh, you're going to be completed at that. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So we're going to edit. I want to mark that, hit save. We didn't get anything at all. Okay, so we panicked at, well, we got a 500 internal server error when we're trying to patch the tasks. And so if we look at the request, we sent nothing. Ooh, when I sent, okay. So we sent nothing on that one. So when the completed is unchecked, that's sending nothing at all. So that's a problem there. Okay, so let's go back to our API. Oh, it's mod API. That's what it is. And let's see. Okay, for update task, we have our patch task. We're just toStringing that here. We might want to deal with that a little bit better because I think when we create that, so that's in the edit page. So we have our update task, we have a patch task. Here's our patch task that we're creating. Okay, so our completed at is complete at deref clone. That's created a new one. Okay, so patch task new. Complete at is this option with a string. Completed at, okay, comes in with an option of the Boolean. So what do I want to do with this? Right now, if it's else, we just return a none. The problem is, of course, that if we didn't update that, it wouldn't be there. So I think we're gonna have to set this to be like an actual null. So we want to not skip this if option is a none. Um, oh, this is gonna be interesting. Because how do I choose to have it be in there if I'm not updating it and not in there if I'm not updating it? We could do two options. We have another route we remember that we can hit that will complete and uncomplete it, that we can just hit separately. We could do that. Or let's see. We could set it to be, well, we can't set it to be an empty string. Uh we could set it to be a like option. That seems a bit odd, but possible here too. So what if we do this? We have an option string. So then you here, we're gonna do, okay, so if completed at is some, so let completed at is this option string, okay. Then some completed boolean if completed. Okay, so if you're true, let now equals this. Then we're gonna have to do a sum and then this is gonna have to be a sum none. So this means we are changing its state and now it's going to be not done or done. And now this one, if it's none, it's staying with none. And that's fine. Okay. Then this is my store. Okay, so update. Let's see if, okay, so complete at and is now this option string that we get back. Okay. now we're going to know if you're, shouldn't this be an option string? So if let's, okay, so if, oh, right, okay. So if you're a, there we go, okay. So we're already doing, it is an option string. So completed at is an option string. So we unwrap one of the options to get in here. So we know it was changed. Now, if it's a is sum, so if completed at, we could do another match here potentially. Like see, there's a couple states. If it is a sum, if completed at is sum, then we want to extract out, actually we don't really care, do we? We want to just take this and assign it. So task completed at is going to be equal to this completed at, because it needs to be an option anyways, that's fine. Now, otherwise, if it's a none, then we need to do task dot completed at. Actually, you know what? No matter what, it's going to be this thing, isn't it? So hold on. I'm going to just do task dot completed at equals completed at. I think that'll work. Because if it's a none, that will just go in there and that should make it update. So that works. All right, let's try this again. So we now have an unchecked. I hit save. Hey, we're not completed. Hit refresh. Okay, so that is working now. Let's now update to make it work with our Cypress tests. So you're looking for this data test title. So it wants to find the title so it can verify that everything is working again. So this is back to not edit task, but one task. And we have our title here. So BB text title. We do have a data test title. Expected you, oh, let's try running you again. Hey, the entire thing works. Everything is good. So expected that to be the X, expected all of these to be updated and changed. So that is making the edit task work. I'm gonna go ahead and go to our main one. We're gonna take off the only here. And so it's gonna run all the tests. So we wanna make sure it can get to the next one past edit. Okay, so did that get past edit? Should be editable, yes. And now we're on should be deletable. So we'll take care of that in the next video. We'll see you then. Bye.